Indeed, what a wonderful God we have. Now we're going to come to our address for the children, and I don't have Ralph or any of the other puppets with me, but I want to do something slightly different, and I want to start off by asking you a question. How many rooms are in your house? Now, I'm sure you can't tell me straight away, and maybe you would have to sit and think about it. Or maybe you would need to go around the house and check. Well, here's a little challenge for you. If you don't know how many rooms are in your house, pause the video now and go and count them. See how many rooms there are. Now, I wonder, have you counted them yet? For some of you, maybe your house has 6 rooms. Some maybe 10, maybe 12. You see, all houses are different sizes, and there will be many differences in the number of rooms that there are in our houses. But let me ask you another question. How many rooms do you think there are in Buckingham Palace, where the Queen lives? How many rooms are in the Queen's house? How many do you think? 50? 75? 100? Let me tell you, Buckingham Palace has 775 rooms. Now that really is huge. And I'm sure it would be wonderful to live in a place like that. But I wonder, what about heaven? We refer to heaven as being God's house. And in the 23rd Psalm that we've been thinking about for a number of weeks, it says that we will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. We will live in the Lord's house forever and ever. That, of course, is talking about what happens when we die. If we have Jesus as our friend. But if you start to think about it, that must mean that God's house is huge. And the other passage that we read in John 14, it says, "In my Father's house are many rooms." And it goes on to say that he is preparing a place for us. If you think about the number of people that there are who follow Jesus, then God's house must be absolutely massive. There will be thousands of rooms, millions of rooms. And the wonderful thing is, if we've asked Jesus to forgive our sins and be our friend, then one day we'll get to live with him in the Lord's house in heaven. And that is such a wonderful place. It's really, really special. And if you try to imagine the best house that you can think of, the Lord's house will be far, far better than that. It's going to be a wonderful place. But we can only get there if we've asked Jesus to be our friend whenever we're living here on earth. I want you to think about that. And we're going to sing a children's hymn now. We're going to listen to a children's hymn being sung. It's simply called "Heaven is Real."